on the highway. Yeah, I know, right? Shit's crazy. So I get out the car, I start chasing the baby. In my mind, I'm like, why you running, baby? That's what I'm thinking, right? But I'm like, what do you do? Because I can't just grab the baby and throw the baby in the car. That's kidnapping.
This story right here is real crazy. Real crazy. Now, the woman that you see here on the thumbnail goes by the name of Carlee Russell. Last Thursday, she went missing out in Alabama after a baby was on the side of the road, and she called 911. And after that, she was abducted and went missing for a couple days before she was found. Now, some of the story, when you hear it, don't make sense. There's things out there about this story and what transpired that just doesn't pass the smell test. Okay? And I'm going to play a clip with the detective, and I'll provide commentary on the other side.
Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her.
Okay, now, I got one question, right? Right off the bat. If she was blindfolded, how does she know what her attacker looked like if she was blindfolded? Typically, when someone is getting abducted, they're doing the abducting and all that, you should not have an idea what they look like unless they're just that stupid, unless they're just that brazen and bold about it. That story just did not make sense. But I got an article I'm going to share with everybody coming from WSFA 12 on the great old state of Alabama. Police in Alabama provided information, including some of the internet searches from Carlee Russell's phone days before she disappeared for 48 hours. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durza said in a news conference that searches from her phone were made for information about Amber Alerts, bus schedules, and the movie Take It. Take It, The movie that starred Liam Neeson, that movie, okay. Huh. An analysis of internet searches was done with the help of the U.S. Secret Service. There are many questions left to be unanswered, or there are many questions left to be answered that only Carlee can provide those answers. But what we can say is that we've been unable to identify most of Carlee's initial statements made to investigators. We have no reason to believe that there's a threat to public safety related to this particular case. The investigation is still ongoing. Russell told police that she was abducted by a man and woman and held captive before she was able to get free from them and make her way home Saturday evening. On Thursday, she went missing. She called 911 and told a family member in a separate call that she had stopped on Interstate 459 when she saw a small child alone on the side of the highway. Now, where have you known anywhere for a small child to be just left out there on the side of the highway? That's why I played that Kevin Hart joke before the stream began. There's just so many elements to the story that just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't pass the smell test. So she's just out there, some baby just out there on the interstate. All these cars is passing now. You would figure that if all these, if there was a baby on the interstate, right, there'll be a lot more cars stopping, not just one. And there'll be a lot more police involved than just one or two. That interstate would have been shut down if there was a baby on the interstate. Let's really think about this with some common sense. If there was really a baby on the interstate, there'd have been a lot more cars out there. That interstate would have been shut down. But the fact that cars just kept on going and all that, that was the first red flag. The second red flag is, where are these so-called people that abducted her? Where was the people that abducted her? Because when you look at the initial camera footage, you couldn't conclusively tell that there were people that came out to get her. You couldn't conclusively see that. Then there was reports about her leaving Target with toilet paper and Cheez-Its. Then there were other reports about her stealing stuff from her job. It's just real upsetting that you have people out here who will waste time, waste money, waste resources on some bullshit. This is a bullshit ass fucking not investigation. There was a bullshit ass thing that this woman done. So there's two charges that she could be faced with right off the bat. Number one, misuse of the 911 system. Secondly, filing a false police report. Those are two charges right off the bat that she could be faced with. We out here going on wild goose chases for people that don't even fucking exist. And there's people out here who are really abducted, who are really kidnapped, who are really looking to either come home or to provide closure should the unthinkable happen. And yet, you're so mad at your boyfriend for breaking up with you allegedly that you're willing to risk it all just to have your boyfriend be spooked about you? To have your boyfriend be worried sick about you? Really? You wasted all these people's time, money, and resources because of a boyfriend. Whatever happened to if you get in a relationship, things didn't work out, you move on? But no. This some fatal attraction type shit right here. This woman here is fucking crazy. Detectives have asked for a second interview with Russell, but has not been granted. He also addressed why the department chose to share the information publicly. Because people are asking, what the fuck is going on? Police notified Russell's family before holding the news conference, and Thursday said they had been in regular contact with the parents throughout the process and had a good rapport with them. They've talked with them today a few times to make them understand that the police department is under pressure from the community, and he just wanted them to understand that they're going to have a press conference today and they were going to detail the facts. Talitha Robertson Russell released a statement saying in part that on behalf of Carlee Russell and her family that they want to sincerely acknowledge and thank everyone for their prayers, reward, contributions through Crime Stoppers, and the numerous acts of kindness shown. Robertson Russell also addressed claims that family members also seen at a Red Roof Inn where Russell was missing, looking for her. She said he received a text from someone claiming to be her daughter, saying she was at the Red Roof Inn. Family members showed up, but there was no indication that she was ever there, according to the mother. So, if you're not at the Red Roof Inn, where the fuck were you at? You know, the Red Roof Inn, and who goes to the Red Roof Inn anyway? The Red Roof Inn is where low budget porn gets produced at, okay? Nobody goes to the fucking Red Roof Inn. Now, if anything, you will find Brian Ferguson there. That's the Detroit police detective who had to step down because he was in the back seat getting his rocks off with a prostitute for $10. You might find him at a Red Roof Inn, and you definitely might find him there now after his wife divorces his ass and takes him for all he's worth. And then him and his fat girlfriend and skinny girlfriend can have all the wild, wham bam, man, menage a trois sessions over there at the Red Roof Inn. Outside of that, you're not gonna find nobody at the Red Roof Inn. This story crazy. Police say they found no evidence of a child being missing on the side of the road. Police say Russell went to Target and purchased snack food that was not found in her car on the side of 459. Surveillance video from Russell's neighborhood shows her walking alone down a sidewalk before getting home on Saturday. You just made this whole thing up. You lied about a goddamn abduction. You lied. And then the family doing these interviews on the Today Show looking stupid. Hey, are you sure that this thing really occurred? And then when they shake their head, yeah, we really sure this thing occurred. No, you're not. Even you have to have some kind of idea that this story was a sham, that something about this did not make sense. It just didn't pass the smell test. It just didn't pass the smell test. When I first heard about it, I'm like, a baby on the side of the interstate? I'm like, there's got to be more to this story because that shit just don't sound right. All these cars is passing, there's a toddler on the interstate. You would think that they would shut down the interstate if there was a baby on over there, that they would redirect traffic. You had the police had the cones out and everything. You had the ambulance out. You had that interstate being shut down. You have cars being redirected. There'll be no way that all these cars will still be passing through while there's a baby stuck on the interstate. That's how you know. I was like, man, there's got to be more of this story, man, because something about this shit don't sound right. What's up, Alice? Hey, Ron, Freddie G, your suit knights, all y'all up in the building. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all for being up here. Make sure you hit that like button too, because YouTube is on the crusade to keep me from growing. They trying to stop my shine. They're really trying to stop my growth. So show your disdain for YouTube trying to shadow ban me and hit the like button, will you? Now, it remains to be seen if the cops is really going to press charges against this woman because the investigation is still ongoing. But from what I'm suspect, this is a lower scale incident. If y'all remember, but 4 years ago with Jussie Smollett, right? When Jussie Smollett talked about how he was grabbed and beaten while he was trying to look for some Subway at 2 a.m. out in Chicago and all that. And he did that interview with Robin Roberts on Good Morning America. And the more he talked, the less I believed him. This is that on the lower scale. Yeah, a whole community worries sick that there might have been a public nuisance. And you violated people's trust. This is the girl that cried wolf. This is the girl that cried wolf. You can't be out here tempting fit like that. Because if on the off chance that the unthinkable really does happen, people are going to be less inclined to take action. Because you violated people's trust. That's unacceptable, man. I can't. I don't rock with no shit like that, man. Can't rock with no shit like that. So let's talk about the searches, right? Because as I alluded to earlier in the stream, the Secret Service got involved. The Secret Service found searches on her phone, which was left in her car after she went, quote unquote, missing Thursday night, following the report of a toddler walking on I-459. This was some of the searches that the Secret Service found. And if you want to donate to my channel, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal. What's up, Bama boy? Salute to you, bro. You want to donate to my YouTube channel, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal. All right. This was the searches that the U.S. Secret Service found. You have to pay for an Amber Alert or search. You have to take money or how to take money from a register without being caught. Birmingham bus station. One-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville. The movie Taken. Information about Amber Alerts on her work computer. Other searches that police say reveal her mindset that won't be released. Surveillance footage from her work at the spot, because she works at a spa, shows that she concealed a bathroom and toilet paper when she left, and neither were in the car after she went missing. Mm-mm-mm. She worked at Woodhouse Spa. This is one of the last known locations where she was at before she went missing. Mm-mm-mm. When she called 911, data tracked her driving 600 yards while she was allegedly following the toddler along the interstate. No child has been reported missing at the time in Hoover. Shout out to Quentin Royster for the $5 donation in the Cash App. He said, "Keep grinding, homie. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your donation, and that's a general salute. Thank you very much." This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. More stuff, right? Because had a child been reported missing, an Amber Alert would have automatically been triggered. And you know how Amber Alert would automatically be triggered? Because your cell phone, whether you have an iPhone or Android or whatever, Boost mobile phone, it doesn't fucking matter. If there was an Amber Alert, your phone would have went off. You would have got that alert on your phone. Whether you wanted it or didn't want it, the fact of the matter is, an Amber Alert, had there been a real situation where a child was missing, you would have gotten an Amber Alert on your phone. So if such child was Alabama and there's not been no damn Amber Alert going off on your phone, that should tell you right there that something's not right. Mm-mm-mm. This is crazy. This was a story I wasn't even going to talk about. I was going to talk about another story. This was another story I was going to talk about. During her initial statement, Russell said that when she got out the car, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. He did pick her up, took her over a fence, and the next thing she remembered that she was in a tractor trailer. Okay, so what does tractor trailer look like? Does anyone see a tractor trailer anywhere? In the truck, there was also a man and a woman. She also heard a baby. She was able to escape the truck, but then found herself in a car again and was taken to a house where she was undressed and possibly photographed. A woman fed her cheese and crackers and played with her hair. She was able to escape and ran through the woods, finding herself near the residence, able to get home. She had a minor injury to her lip and $107 in cash in her right sock. There were no drugs and alcohol in her system. The more I read this story, the more this is bullshit. Bullshit. So she was fed Cheez-Its. Was it the same Cheez-Its you bought from Target? Huh? So this woman who abducted you fed you Cheez-Its. Were they the same Cheez-Its that you bought from Target? I'm just asking a question. Then I learned that she concocted this story about, oh well, they blindfolded me, but they didn't tie my hands up because they didn't want to leave any kind of impression for the police. I'm like, how do you what? That right there is some bullshit right there. So you get abducted and you didn't get tied up. All you did was get blindfolded. They didn't tie you up. They didn't do anything to you, right? Okay, all right. So that's how you was able to fight your way out of it, right? Because they didn't tie you up. You would think there'll be other pieces of evidence, physical evidence, on her body. Would it be some cuts? Would it be some, not just the bruise on her lip, but I'm pretty sure there'd be some other cuts, some other bruises, other parts of her body, right? Indicating that there was some kind of struggle. Mm-mm-mm. This apparently happened on Thursday night around 9:34 p.m. on July the 13th. And then there's another thing. As I alluded to earlier, if there was a toddler on the side of the road, you would think there have been more phone calls about that. Not she just happened to be the only one that saw some toddler on the side of the interstate. She the only one that saw that. Nobody else saw a toddler on the side of the interstate. You would figure there'd be a lot more phone calls from people if that thing really did happen. Lock her ass up. You know, I ain't no advocate for people going to jail and all that, but this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Lock her ass up. There ain't nothing else we gotta say. Ain't nothing else we gotta say. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. I ain't down with that. This is crazy. This is some psycho bullshit right here. If I'm her ex-boyfriend, stay her ex-boyfriend. Don't go back to that. Don't go. If I'm look, whoever that dude is that gave her that daddy long stroke that have her going fucking crazy at night and shit like that, stay the ex-boyfriend. Don't go back to that. Whatever kind of dick you was giving her, whatever kind of techniques you was putting your tongue in her pussy hole and she was going crazy, this the type of shit she's doing. Don't go back to that. Don't go back to that. You need to stay single or find you a new girl, but don't go back to this. This girl's crazy. All because her boyfriend broke up with her. Mm-mm-mm. So you thought this dastardly plan was going to work? That, oh, I gotta do this because I need him back in my life, and this is surely going to get him worried about me, and that everything's going to fall back into place. Except he further confirmed his suspicion. Yeah, I'm glad I left that bitch. That bitch is fucking crazy. This bitch called the goddamn cops talking about a goddamn toddler was missing on the interstate. And she lied about being abducted. Man, that's some crazy ass shit, man. I ain't going back to that shit, man. Because I'm pretty sure the boyfriend's going to get interviewed next. The investigation's still ongoing, but I'm pretty sure that boyfriend's going to get interviewed. What led to the breakup? What led to the breakup? That's going to be one of the first questions. If I'm an investigator or some kind of detective doing detective work, boyfriend is, we bringing the boyfriend in and we're going to ask the boyfriend, okay, what the fuck is going on? What do you, what? Sorry for the technical difficulties and all that, right? But these are the type of questions we asking. What led to the breakup? what was said, what was done, what did you do? Where did you go? Those are the type of questions that's going to get asked whenever they interview the boyfriend. How long were y'all talking? Where did you go? Did she go with you? Did she run after you? All these questions going to ask when they interview that boyfriend. And whoever that boyfriend is, hell, you could be watching my stream right now as we speak. Look, stay single. I don't know if you're talking her asshole and she got that Holy Ghost feeling. I don't know if you was fucking her one night and you had the little vibrator that gave her a hysterectomy. I don't know what the fuck you did that make her go this route. But stay single. Don't go back to that shit. This shit crazy, man. Then they say she left, leaving the colonnade. She said she was on her way home from her job at the Woodhouse Day Spa at the Summit, stopped to get food at the colonnade, and was about 10 minutes from her house. This was according to the mommy and daddy, Talitha and Carlos Russell. Officials said after leaving the colonnade, she stopped at the Target on Highway 280 and purchased some snack food type items before arriving at the scene of her disappearance. Those items were not found anywhere in or around Carlee's car. Carlee Russell then stopped to check on the child and called a family member, according to the police. They told investigators that they had lost contact with her, but the phone line remained open. When the police arrived, and so with the phone line remaining open, that was off the movie Take It. That was right off that movie Take It. Remember when the girl was hiding under the bed, right? From the people who was trying to abduct her and shit. And she called her daddy, Liam Neeson, and was talking to him on the phone, but was talking real quietly and succinctly. And she didn't hang up the phone. She left the phone on as she was being abducted. And that will allow Liam Neeson to listen to all the noise, all the background noise that was going on at the house when his daughter got abducted. That's where she got that from. That's where Carlee Russell got that shit from. That's exactly where Carlee Russell got that shit from when she left her phone line open. Cops came, found Carlee Russell's car and belongings. There was no sign of her or a toddler. Police had not been able to locate anyone with Carlee Russell from the time she left, where she picked up the food, to the time she made the 911 phone call. Family gathered to search for Carlee Russell Friday morning at the Hoover Met and asked for help. The parents noted there's a report from a trucker who said they saw her car with the door open and a gray vehicle had pulled in front of it. The Russells also believed that the child was used as bait in order to lure Russell out of her car. So who the hell would use their kid as bait? Come on now. All right, now we're starting to get outlandish, all right? Who in the hell gonna use their child as bait to lure somebody in and get the fuck out of here, man? Now we really trying to stretch this shit to the red line. We really trying to stretch the truth of this. Somebody gonna just somebody gonna dangle their kid out there as bait. Like how I would dangle a piece of shrimp to attract a goddamn fish, right? The fuck out of here. 10:44 p.m. Saturday. Police say they received a call that Russell had returned home on foot. Police revealed that the surveillance footage taken from her neighborhood shows Russell walking down the street alone before arriving at home Saturday night. Now, here's a question I got. If someone has been abducted, if someone's trying to escape, are they going to just, as she walking home alone, was she tired? What was she? What was her state like? That were her clothes ripped from her? What was it? See, the more you peel back this onion, the more you dig deeper down this layer, the further you go down this rabbit hole, it all smells like complete 100% money back guarantee bullshit. Bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. And when you actually use common sense, when you actually will think about what would happen in those scenarios, it just come to the conclusion that this woman wasted people's time, wasted people's energy, wasted people's money in the form of the taxpayers, because the cops had to come out there and do all this investigating and all that, do all this cop shit, right? The more you think about it, about what would happen in those scenarios, the more you come to the conclusion that this woman concocted all this bullshit, from the internet searches to applying those internet searches, right, from the movie Taken and Amber Alerts and all this other stuff, man. This woman here should be put in prison right now for what she did. Because not only you wasted you wasted taxpayers' money, you could have potentially cost someone their livelihood. Because in these type of scenarios, in these type of investigations, you have no idea where this thing's gonna go. And you did all that over a fucking boyfriend? Are you out of your fucking mind? What kind of, Lord have mercy? Look, you're not subscribing to this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, share these videos on your social media platforms, and just be safe out there. Wherever you're doing, wherever you're going, whoever you're associated with, be safe out there, and don't concoct no bullshit ass stories to garner sympathy from your ex. Like he's gonna come back. Shouts out to the Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!